Warning. The views and beliefs in the following program does not reflect the views of Boom Broadcasting. See, I've had enough of reading this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Nightcap. If you don't know, now you know. Viewer discretion is highly advised.
Live from the MOWM studio, Boom Broadcasting presents The Nightcap. And your host of The Nightcap, mouthing off with Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Nightcap, hosted by yours truly. Yes, it's me. Yes, it's me. It's Mike. And we are live here on Boom Broadcasting. And I've got the president of Boom Broadcasting back here on Monday night to make up the full Monday Night Mics. But I've got a very special guest. We've got the man that makes him say, oh, damn, he is the host of 3 Count Trivia. He is the host of Opinionated, and he makes up multiple sides of 4 sides of the ring. I've got Nit Ram and Mike Davis. Fellas, how the hell are you doing tonight?
It's good, man. Good day of wrestling.
I like it. Prez?
I missed last week. Held down the fort pretty well, but dude, I would rather be on the Nightcap than at the beach any week. So I'm glad to be on here.
My man's still getting some of that sand out of some of his crevices and his cheeks. I know that's for damn sure. My least favorite part about the beach is the sand. Okay, let's be real here. Fellas, listen. We had a nice Monday Night Raw tonight. I have to say so myself. So kind of just let's like start the Nightcap, with a little foreplay for the people. Initial thoughts here on tonight's Monday Night Raw. Total encapsulation. Go, Nitram.
It's a lot of there's a lot going on. Most importantly, it was a goodbye show for Pat McAfee. That's important to me.
All right. Good goodbye show for Mr. Pat McAfee, as we'll be saying adieu to Mr. Pat because he's going to go do some college game day. Mike, what do you got here? Total encapsulation, total eclipse of the heart, I guess you could say. What'd you think about Raw tonight?
Well, first and foremost, I was super happy, and then Nit Ram reminded me that this was Pat McAfee's last show. So now I'm not happy. Now I need my feelings, to be validated.
Listen, your feelings. I got one thing to say. Your feelings are not valid. It's okay. Listen, Pat's gonna go away a little bit. He's gonna come back in January. It's gonna be a hell of a reception. He'll have a little Royal Rumble appearance. It'll be a good time. I have no problem with them switching up the commentary booth. I will miss Pat though. Pat did bring, the energy, and of course the dogs were always barking when Pat was on commentary. Fellas, we got what I like to call the requirement for me to start this shit off. So let's go ahead and start this off with some of the comments. We got Kayfabe Keith in the building. Let's go.
I read that in Pat McAfee's voice, by the way.
I did. I tried to hold that note for as long as I could. Like, my lung capacity's been weak,
That was a
Hey,
3 out of
Derek.
10.
How the hell are you doing tonight, good brother? Hello. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. He likes the total eclipse of the heart song reference. Listen, if you know one thing about me, fellas, there's going to be a song reference at some point. If you go catch Mouthing Off with Mike's episode this week, there's about 3 different ones. And if you can catch the one, I'll give you $5. That's to all of you viewing this right now. And even these 2 jabronis. If you could catch that song reference, $5, I'll Venmo you. Fellas, let's start off here. Opening segment to Monday Night Raw. The Viper, the Ring General. Every week I feel like the phlegm gets thicker with the General. Open up Monday Night Raw. What are our thoughts? What are our opinions? What we like, what we didn't like? Let's get into it. Let's go with the Prez.
I'm trying to get it right. The dude, I am getting more and more hype for this as I go on. Like, and it's hard. Like, I don't see too many people get under Randy Orton's skin. But him allowing Gunther to get under his skin, like, just goes to show you, like, how much Randy Orton is putting a guy like Gunther over at this stage in both of their careers. So, dude, if nothing else, it got me more excited for Bash in Berlin because we all know Gunther's going over.
I mean,
No one wins. No one wins in their hometown, man.
But Gunther's hometown is it Berlin. He's from Austria.
It's not the way they're booking it.
they said Austria, Germany, good enough. Run with it.
Oh man, I think the only problem I have with the whole Randy Orton thing is that it's just not believable. Like Randy went out there, cut his whole "I'm gonna be 15-time champion" thing, and we're all like, we're all just like, "No, you're not, man. Like, there's no way Gunther's losing this quick." I felt like if this match was happening later on in the run, 2, 3 months, 4 months from now, I'd be like, oh, maybe they're gonna pull the strap off him so Randy can get that 16-time tie up with Cena on his last year kind of stuff. But like right now, like Randy wins that belt, and I don't know, I'll give away something on Twitter. But I just want to say, so I was cooking dinner when this segment was happening. And I was in the kitchen, and Brandy was watching. No, hear me out. I was listening, okay? And Brandy was watching, and Gunther goes, "Randy Orton." I started laughing, and then Brandy was like, "Why are you laughing?" And I was like, "Bro, if you really like close your eyes, when Gunther talks, he sounds like Santino Marella." And I can't unhear it now.
All right,
Look,
all
I promise
right.
you. Just close your eyes.
I'm gonna rerun it back. When WWE posted on YouTube, I'm gonna run it back. I'm gonna close the old eyes, and I'm gonna just listen. And if I swear, if I hear Santino Marella and you ruined Gunther for me, then I don't know what I'm gonna have to do, dude. I'm gonna have to come on down there and open a can because there's no way you just hit me with that here tonight. I can't.
Look,
Dude,
you're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear it, and I'm gonna send it to you because Santino used to
Santino
go,
Marella. There's no way.
Orton.
It was like.
I'm telling you guys, Santino's accent's that bad. It's that bad. But he'd be like, Randy Orton. And then Gunther was just like, Randy Orton. And I was like, oh man, he sounds like Santino.
John Cena.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm a little more disappointed in. I don't know if I'm more disappointed in the Santino,
No Santino slander. I
doppelganger
swear
voice.
I will ask you what the shape of Italy is right now if you hit me with Santino slander.
Or Mike not knowing who the anonymous Raw general manager was.
Oh, yeah. Listen, that was a conversation that took place in my lovely households with Kayfabe Keith and the lovely Mrs. Mouthing Off with Mike, because I was sitting there and I was like, who was the anonymous Raw GM? And that's just the way my brain works. It was Hornswoggle. I forgot it was Hornswoggle. I literally thought I could have swore I thought it was like Brad Maddox, but he was shortly thereafter. So I was like, who was it? It was Hornswoggle.
There was this weird era, not to get us off track, but there was this weird era when WWE did not have an answer. When they didn't have an answer, it was always Hornswoggle. Vince's son, Hornswoggle. GM, Hornswoggle. It was like everything was Hornswoggle for some reason. Put him in the Hall of Fame. I vouch for it all the time.
Honestly, I'll vouch for a Hornswoggle Hall of Fame. Get Hornswoggle in the Hall of Fame. Let's take a look. Since we've already off track thanks to the Prez, has Pat McAfee become the newish Chris Jericho, a la Jericho with Fozzy? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But I may not understand that question, to be honest.
Is he asking about like Pat being away from time to time to do?
There we go. I think you're on the right track. Happy Monday to Sean. I believe Sean will be joining on Wednesday on the Nightcap to talk some Dynamite. Didn't Rhea retain in her home country for Elimination Chamber? That she did. So some people are allowed to win in their home country state. Some. And Sammy retained the Intercontinental Championship against Chad Gable in Canada. Shout out Booking Like a Mark. So they're fact checking us live tonight. We're getting absolutely slaughtered. And I quote, just trauma. Put him in. Put Hornswoggle in the Hall of Fame.
Put him in the Hall of Fame. This is what
happens. Listen, we're going to go from one Irish icon here to another Irish icon. And that's the big fella himself, a Sheamus, with a busted hand, beats Pete Dunne in an incredible match here where I was ready to pop the shirt, man. I was sweating from this one. I was shadow boxing in my living room. Fellas, what do we think about Sheamus and the Bruiserweight tonight?
First you want me
Not
to
everybody at once.
Because
everybody at once.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think Pete losing was the bad call here.
Thank you.
It's simply for this. Tomorrow night, Pete has a chance at the NXT title match, and this guy's a loser. You know what I mean? Like, he's a loser. I mean, look, I get it. It's Sheamus. I love Sheamus. He's had an incredible career. Not only did he beat Pete Dunne before that match, he beat him with a broken hand or bad hand or whatever's wrong with his hand. I was waiting for him to high five a fan with it, but he was being real good with it. I was waiting for it.
Yeah, he's keeping kayfabe alive, man.
Yeah, man. Pete losing there, that great match overall, great match, as it should be. It's two great performers, but Pete losing was the wrong choice there.
Oh, I totally agree. Yeah, I would have totally had Pete Dunne go over in this match, even if it was, not even a clean victory. But I will say, we've watched wrestling pretty much all our lives. Like, we've seen it all. I've never seen somebody stick their opponent's hand in the turnbuckle and use it. Like, that is innovation that excites right there. I love that.
Wrestling is for sickos.
Wrestling is for sickos. No, I love the that's innovation that excites. I picked that up, Perez. I picked that up. I love that. Thanks for calling that out, Mike, because I honestly totally forgot about it and that just happened like 3 hours ago. So very unique finish to the match. Sheamus kind of hulking up there, ripping the turnbuckle cover over, hitting him with the bro kick. I truthfully thought by him ripping off the turnbuckle cover and exposing it, I thought that's how he was going to lose. I thought he was going to like fall backwards into it and then get put into the bitter end. But no, Sheamus goes over here. I guess Sheamus gets a win, heads towards that Intercontinental Championship tournament that I announced tonight. Probably.
Yeah, I can see that. That's the one he needs, right? That's the one he needs. So that's the big story. Yeah.
My agenda until he wins that title will be Sheamus for IC champ. Nitram, though, valid point. He does have a match tomorrow on NXT. That definitely makes you feel like, does he win tomorrow in a match with a Joe Hendry and a Wes Lee? That's tough because now you're going to possibly have back-to-back losses. And how many weeks did we spend now with these video packages and us establishing why Pete Dunne is doing what he's doing?
Pete Dunne has to figure it out.
I like it. Now, who inducts Hornswoggle? Oh,
Finley.
That's
Finley.
My name is Finley, and I love to fight.
Or his brother Shane. One or the other.
Or his sister Stephanie McMahon.
Or his sister Stephanie
or
McMahon.
brother-in-law Triple H.
Yeah, the whole family up there.
He's gonna keep taking it, just take it to another level.
Or the guy he spent time up with on the ladder, Mr. Kennedy.
Induct him while we're at it too.
Yeah, let's get him. He got shafted by the doctors at the time, man. Such a shame. Mr. Kennedy, I have an agenda there too. Did somebody say kayfabe? Yes, Keith. We're always keeping kayfabe here on the show. Pete losing was definitely a wrong decision, especially when he's going to NXT tomorrow for the number one contenders match. There it is. Derek sees clearly with us, and at the end of the day, let's see what happens tomorrow on NXT. Should still be one hell of a show. That's a stack show tomorrow on a Tuesday. Maxine Ivy Nile here, fellas, but there's nothing to discuss here. I'm just glad Ivy got some attitude, which was much needed. The real reason we're here is the Wyatt Six. Let's talk about it, fellas. Who wants to start off talking a little Wyatt 6. Get into it, Prez. Come on.
I'm gonna
Let's
jump in
go.
here. I'm not using my manners tonight on the nightcap. Sorry, Nitram. Dude, this was genius. Like, people turned on Maxine Dupree pretty hard before, Chad Gable's heel turn, everything, because they're like, oh, Maxine can't wrestle. Maxine finally has a singles match, and just minutes into the match, we're like, okay, let's go ahead and bring the Wyatt Six out and advance the story. Like, they didn't allow Ivy and Maxine to go, 10, 15 minutes. And, while people would say, they didn't give the women enough time in that moment, like, they protected Maxine Dupree and her character development. And the way they brought the Wyatt Six out was really good. Sister Abigail going ahead and attacking Ivy Nile. And then I don't know if that was a new mask or a new look for Uncle Howdy, but it looked a little different than last week.
Let's get into it, fellas.
I think it's his wrestling mask. Probably easier for him to breathe. So. Probably easier for him to breathe, realistically. The person I want to talk about, and Mike already knows I'm about to go ahead and bring him out, is Dexter Lumis. Look at that guy. Dexter Lumis, talk about 360ing a character. I think he's the biggest talking point of this entire faction. And I stand 10 toes down on this. Dexter Lumis, not only does he look incredible, but for the little glimpses of fighting that we've had, he looks like the most with a killer instinct. He looks like a serial killer. Mike, you're from North Carolina. I don't know if you know who Pazuzu is from Clemens NC, the serial killer. That's who he looks like.
Oh my God.
I've seen that man in person before he went to jail. We were one town apart. I didn't hang out with him. Like that. I just knew some people that bought some illegal substances off him, and they gone. I've been to the house that had the bodies in it. It was some crazy stuff. But that's who Dexter Lumis looks like. He looks like Pazuzu, and I love it for that reason.
Time out. Wait a minute. Pause. Time out. I'm putting a flag on the play. Mike, put the money in the jar. What the fuck did you just say? What the fuck did you just say?
Look, there's a whole documentary about him. I'm not even joking. It's like the killer or something like that. It's one of these things. But if you type in Pazuzu, Clemens, North Carolina, he will come up. Looks just like Dexter Lumis. He was an average, scary-looking dude in the neighborhood. He used to sell drugs. He buried 2 people in his backyard. It's a whole thing. He was a serial killer. It's a whole thing.
Nitram helped with one of those.
No, man. My mama taught me better than that. I saw that dude and was like, he's the killer.
True crime and the nightcap.
What are the odds we can get a true crime podcast on Boom?
Oh, dude, I got the perfect person for that. Just let me know. I know a couple people that are definitely into horror and true crime.
But Pazuzu.
Okay.
Just
what? Oh, okay. So this is now the second time this week that I've been broken by someone from Four Sides of the Ring. Channel broke me on Friday. Tonight, Nitram breaks me with the Pazuzu. All right, so folks, not only are we your alternative post-wrestling show, but now we're gonna have a new segment where Nitram just presents his serial killer lore. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, the new mask, Mike, great point to bring up tonight here. I noticed it right off the bat. I was like, the color is different. The hair is straight. This has to be, like Nitram said, that has to be the wrestling mask. But such a big difference, though, in the styles makes me wonder, is it really, or is this like potentially something different? I guess we'll have to stay tuned, but we do know, fellas, that next week, Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas, will make his first time back in the ring against Chad Gable since, I believe, 2019.
Whew. Was that B-Team days?
It's in that ballpark.
That was pre-vid right there.
Not the pre-vid. Good Lord.
Pre-vid.
The pre-vid. Oh, dear. Yeah, it's been a while. I'm excited to see. I mean, from what I've seen for him do in the ring with some of the moves that he's hit with, obviously the Sister Abigail, which Chad Gable sold tonight, just incredible. Like he died, like he got dropped. I think Bo Dallas, and personally, I've said this many a times. I sound like an annoying hipster, I guess, at this point, but I was deep in the trenches watching NXT, and I loved Bo Dallas's NXT run. Him with the title,
yeah.
Bo Lee running around with the sign. And he can go in the damn ring, fellas. We know it. I know Nitram knows it. I know Mike knows it. If you're watching at home, or maybe you're not watching at home, maybe you're leaving Raw and you're like, I need to get on the nightcap. You guys know that at the end of the day, this dude can go, and I'm excited to see what this looks like next week on Raw. Dexter Lumis is very much made to be in the Wyatt Six. He's always the stoic, stone-faced, calculated bad guy. Right on the money, Derek.
I love Dexter Lumis, Shaw.
I think
that's my boy.
Samuel Shaw, Dexter Lumis. I think he was so underrated. I'm glad he's getting time to shine here with this group. But shout out to Nikki Cross, Abby the Witch here tonight. We love to see her go right after Ivy Nile and really start fleshing out who the women, she's going after. So I wouldn't be surprised after this, she goes after maybe some former tag team partners. Maybe she goes after some people that, kind of disrespected her. So I'm not mad at this. Wyatt 6, I could talk another 40 minutes. I'm not going to, because CM Punk is here and he's got the strap with him, ladies and gentlemen. This man versus Drew McIntyre, a 4-corner strap match. Different approach. We haven't seen it in a while. Now, Nimram, you're our resident all things wrestling, trivia. Can you tell us potentially off the top of your head? I'm not gonna hold it to you, but do you remember, or do either of you remember the last time we've had that match, the 4-corner? Mike's got it?
Dude, I got it.
Look, I don't know it. For some reason, I think it's an NXT match. And I could be way off.
What was it?
You want me to go ahead and go?
Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah. I asked both of you.
It was JBL, Eddie Guerrero, Great American Bash 2004. Eddie lost the WWE title. JBL carried him around to the 4 corners, starting one of the best, no longer the longest reigning world champion in SmackDown history.
Wow.
I love that match.
Shout out to the press. I might have to go back and rewatch that one. I remember that one bits and pieces. I do remember him dragging him around the ring. I do remember that part of it. So I like it here, fellas. This is what we needed. This is what we needed. And we needed a stipulation here. Now I pose the question to both of you. Does it end in Germany or does it continue, Nitram?
They gotta have one more, man. They gotta have one more. It's a weird thing. I don't really like this stipulation. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's not the
Tell
strap.
us why.
I like the strap matches. We've seen strap matches work as great as they go. We've seen them with Brody Lee. We've seen them with Cody's. We've seen them with CM Punk's. We've seen them. When CM Punk brought the strap out, I immediately said, that's great. He's really good at those.
Mm-hmm.
It's the 4 corners thing. I've never liked it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I'm dragging the guy, pin him. Like there's so many things that don't make sense about having to drag my opponent to 4 corners. When does it get interrupted? If I run really fast and touch all 4 corners, do I win? I don't like the 4 corner thing. I just don't like it. The match is going to cook. It's going to be great. I don't think CM Punk, with his very fragile biceps, can even drag Drew McIntyre without tearing another one. So I think Drew wins this. I don't know why, but Drew wins.
So this is why we don't get one more. We get 3 more matches because, Drew is winning this. And I just want you to go back to Great American Bash 2004, watch JBL A Guerrero, and you'll get excited for this. Because, we haven't seen it in 20 years. It's been 20 years since we've seen that. I am so excited for that.
You've been fact-checked by Booking Like a Mark.
What?
CM Punk Umaga Samoan
goodness.
strap match at
2009.
Was that 4 corner?
I trust Booking Like a Mark. Listen, Booking Like a Mark, I trust them. I trust them with this.
All right, 15 years instead of 20. It's been a long time.
Does CM Punk win that match? Is he undefeated at 4 corners? Is that a thing?
Did he beat Umaga? That's a good question. Shout out to Umaga. R.I.P. the GOAT.
Guys, I think Booking Like a Mark's in trivia. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, we're cooked. Dude. They're so good. I'm pretty sure one of their significant others or friends. I'm not quite sure, to be honest. they won a women's championship at Trivia with like Lita and like a bunch of like women's wrestlers were there. So they're on, dude. They are on. They're a serious threat for 3-count Trivia, folks.
All right,
all
Mike,
the
we
teams-
lost again. It's all
Yes.
right.
You son of a bitch. What?
No
Dude,
confidence.
What is this? What happened to the confidence, bro? The beach made you soft. The beach made you soft.
Whoa. Yes, but still.
Mike, what are your thoughts here on the strap match, or did you close them up with your make sure you watched the 2004?
Oh, dude, like I'm excited for it. Really happy for the stipulation. I feel like it fits. But dude, this promo kind of reminded me a lot of when CM Punk was challenging MJF to the dog collar match. Like I saw a lot of similarities when he was delivering the promo. So I'm like, cool. And that subtle jab at like, oh, this is the first time being in Florida in 10 years. Please, come on.
He said South Florida.
In WWE.
Yeah, in WWE. He kind of cooked you there. We kind of got you there.
Man.
I also enjoyed you. Listen, it's proven. We now know Triple H. He be on Twitter during the shows. It also seems that CM Punk has to have some form of Twitter that he doesn't use, or a burner account, because this man, I swear to you guys, I have heard someone seen a tweet where somebody said CM Punk is Taylor Swift for men. And he dropped that promo tonight. I swear I've seen that. Somebody has tweeted it. It has went viral on wrestling Twitter. I swear on everything. So somehow that made its way back to CM Punk, and he dropped that line tonight. But dude, I love CM Punk. I'm always going to be a CM Punk guy. I think he is top notch. Like, I think he knows how to get a story to where it needs to go. And I think this right here is going to be incredible. I cannot wait to hear that first crack of that strap on both of these guys. And I can't wait to just see them beat the living piss out of one another, because that's really what this is. This is what the point is. And whoever wins, I still think it's Punk. I think Punk evens it up. And then where do we go? Last kind of thought on this. You go from a special guest ref with Seth. You go to a strap 4 corners match. Where do you level up to the next point?
Even though they've said no, but it's going to be Hell in a Cell. Bad
If
blood.
you don't think CM Punk's fragile body, your words, not mine.
No, that was Nitram. That was
All right,
Nitram.
fine.
I quote
Nitram.
All right, quote unquote. Can't drag him around with a strap match? Then how can he do a Hell in a Cell? He even said, he's like, dude, I'm not doing no Hell in a Cell.
Smoke and mirrors, man. Smoke and mirrors.
Hey, man, I've been worked before. I guess I'll get worked again. I don't see it. I see they go something crazy, man. An Iron Man. I think they go something wild.
I quit.
Yeah.
That's what I figured. I quit match would be the only
quit's
way.
a good one. Yeah,
we
but
just
then
all I quit this year. Though.
Drew already
AJ
quit
and
once.
Cody.
Yeah, and we did it. I quit already too. 3
Got
stages
last
of
man
hell.
standing? Oh no.
Ooh. I would
Man
love
standing.
3 stages of
Last
hell.
man's. I could be sold on a last man standing match, because I think those two would make it work. First blood. You want to really get crazy if it's at bad blood. First blood.
I haven't seen First Blood.
And then CM Punk's fragile skin accidentally cracks open with the first mess up.
God, the haters showing.
It's not gonna be
My
from
man-
his mouth because he has no teeth, but
Shout
I love
out
CM
to
Punk. You guys wouldn't know it.
main
but I love
event
him.
Nate. What's going on, man? Punk is one of the last few in the biz that are very detailed and tactical in their feuds. Agreed, 100%. He will make those subtle details. He will make those callbacks, and he'll pick up on those pieces that you might miss. So I'm excited for this, fellas. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Let's take a look here. Let's see what else we got on the Raw side. Should we go here? Yeah, let's go here. I expected the New Day to break up tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That did not happen. Let's hear the man who makes him say, oh, damn. I want to hear his thoughts on Odyssey Jones and the New Day beating the Final Testament tonight.
It's the right call. Odyssey getting the pin. Right call. Xavier only being legal when the match started and Kofi tagged himself in. So Xavier not even being legal pretty much the whole match. The right call. Kofi's turning on Xavier.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
see Xavier turning. Xavier's doing his best to stay positive, and he will. Kofi is going to turn on Xavier with Odyssey Jones and help Odyssey win the Speed Championship. Solo accomplishment. That's the way I see it going. He's not replacing Big E. He's replacing all those bums. Big E and his bad neck. Xavier and his losing streak. He's going to replace all of them. Kofi feeds off youth. That's what Karrion Kross keeps saying, and I believe Karrion Kross. He's a fellow Puerto Rican. Boricua.
Shout out Karrion Kross. I believe in Karrion Kross, dude. If there's one guy who has told, and this is what I talked about on my episode today that dropped, was I said, listen, people don't listen to his promos. He has told everybody, every time he has feuded with someone or has hinted at a feud, Roman Reigns, he put the hourglass on the ring. Time ran out on the bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
He beat Drew McIntyre in a strap match. Drew McIntyre changed. He beat AJ Styles. He changed. What happened to Rey Mysterio?
Lost his patience.
Lost his patience. He's told everybody, Shinsuke Nakamura, temperance, lost his temperance.
Mm-hmm.
Everything he has said has come to fruition. And I wish wrestling fans would listen to the promos instead of just responding to the gimmick or the character work or what they want to see happen. Like, listen to what he says, because he just laid out the map for exactly what's happening. So I agree with you, Nitram. Kofi turns on Xavier Woods, and I loved Odyssey Jones stealing the hot tag tonight too.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Now I was reversed with this with you. I thought Woods was going to be the weak link. He was going to get pinned. Final Testament win. Kind of then Kofi and Odyssey kind of look at each other and they're like, shit, now what do we do? That I thought it was going to go in that direction, but I like your direction better. I think that's a cleaner way, and it lengthens this out a little bit.
Right.
As you're making all sorts of faces and you're going like this. What's on your mind? Say something.
I've been biting my tongue for the last 2.5 minutes. That is the most absurd thing I have heard in a while. That Kofi Kingston turns heel. That
I said he turns. It could be face versus face. Turning on, he doesn't have to go full heel. He just has to give up on Xavier.
If Kofi
he just
turns
has to give up on Xavier, gives up on him.
If Kofi turns on Xavier, he's turning heel. Like, that's heel. That's heel. And then to help Odyssey of all things win the Speed Championship, that's the coolest thing in the world. That's crazy. I did expect Xavier to turn tonight on Kofi Kingston and Odyssey Jones. I did expect that, but I'm seeing more of a, let's just say it, Dom, being jealous of Edge teaming with Rey Mysterio and then Dom turning. Okay, I see that same scenario playing out with Xavier Woods being jealous of Odyssey Jones. And, while they didn't split up tonight, maybe it's one of these situations where, they get all the way to the tag title match, and for some reason, Xavier is not Kofi's tag partner, but instead it's Odyssey Jones.
Okay.
And I love Karrion Kross.
I do love Karrion Kross. Shout out to Main Event Nate. He is the catalyst of change in WWE. That's it. His foretold promos are always gold. Says, I don't think Kofi can pull it off. Interesting. Let's be real. We've never seen Kofi as a bad guy. Is it believable?
No.
Oh, wait, right on the money, dude. It wouldn't be believable. Is it believable? It wouldn't be believable.
Nope.
I'm torn on it. I think he can.
If he doesn't think that he's bad,
it works.
It works.
Just like Drew McIntyre.
Exactly. You gotta be justified. Kofi's just trying to help a young superstar, accomplish something. Something that nobody did for him and his boys, which was hilarious because Kofi was definitely a veteran when New Day came up. But when he said that line, no one did that for us. I was like, Kofi, you were like 10 years in when the New Day got started.
You were in deep, dude. You had like 10 tag team championships already.
You did that for them. What do you mean? But yeah, I think Kofi helps Odyssey, and I think he kind of just gives up on Xavier. Because it's going to keep showing Xavier's frustrated. And he's going to be like, if you're going to be like this, I don't want to mess with you.
Yep.
And it's going to be one of those things where he's just not going to mess with him. And he's going to help Odyssey win. And then Xavier's going to be like, you know what? Let me try to do some solo accomplishments. He'll fail just like Jey Uso does. And then eventually we'll get New Day back together.
Oh, my God. Pain. Okay, Nitram, you're going wild tonight. You had me in the first half. Not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I will say, I already know what's coming. You said it. Xavier's going to get frustrated. His attitude's going to start to change. He's going to start to get maybe like paranoid. I think there's a key moment coming with the two of them or the three of them where Kofi's like, man, what happened to your power of positivity? Where'd the positivity go? And I think that's what's going to spur it, where it's like Kofi and Odyssey are just having fun. And, they're laughing, they're joking. Odyssey and him are winning matches together. And he's going to be like, come on, Woods, where's your positivity? Like, we're getting back in the win column. And Woods is just going to be like, bro, like, it's not me. It's not me and you. That's the difference. Very, very good storytelling here. And shout out Karrion Kross. He said, that one hurt. That one hurt. Throwing some shots. That one hurt. What also hurt is what happened to the poor Miz tonight on Monday Night Raw by that big man, that big meaty man. Just I love watching this man bump meat on Monday Night Raw. Bronson Reed gets a massive win against the Miz again. It looks like Miz is going to take a little time off, it seems, with him and R-Truth. Fellas, anything we want to talk about this no DQ match? Or do we want to get back, or we want to get right to what we really want to talk about?
Real quick on this. Real quick. They made the Miz look incredible. This match type was not in his character. And they made him look like a legitimate, decent person. Like, the Miz gets a lot of shit. I'm sorry, I don't mean cuss. The Miz gets a lot of crap. You know what I mean? The Miz gets a lot.
The second half. The
Miz
Prez
gets a lot
can
of
find
crap
me later
about being a crappy person and all this crap. You know what I mean? But it's like, for once, he was like when he was like, that's my friend. And I don't got a lot of those. Like, he looked like a genuinely good person, and he went out of his character. The Miz is not a hardcore wrestler, but this man acts for a no DQ match because he was trying to avenge somebody. And for that, the Miz looked awesome. I'm not a fan of Bronson Reed, so that's all I got to say. We can move on from there.
I respect that. I do like the analysis on the Miz. I love the promo beforehand. Pierce going, Miz, like, I will cancel this match. Like, we do not need to have this match. Are you sure you want to have this match? And the Miz is like, no, Adam, I'm not sure I want to have this match. He's went out there. If I was the GM, I would suspend Bronson Reed. I would ban the Tsunami. He's taken out Seth Rollins. He's taken out my friend, one of my only friends in R-Truth. I'm not sure, but I have to do this. And that right there, that's what makes the Miz awesome. Mm-hmm. Pun intended. And that's why I think Miz slander at this point in his career, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. Don't speak it, because that man has paid his dues and he is here. He could have went to Hollywood. He could have followed in The Rock and John Cena's foot. Yeah, maybe not on that level, but he could have.
He could have
went
been
and did that
full
time.
I agree.
Yeah, he could have been in movies, in TV. He had the reality show. He could have left WWE 10 years ago, but he didn't, because he loves this business and he loves this industry. And I'll always respect him for that. Agreed. He is the GOAT when it comes to blurring the lines and gives you the hard truth. He doesn't get enough credit. He doesn't. Prez, what are your thoughts here on the Miz, Bronson Reed, anything?
Dude, Nitram hit it on the head. I wasn't feeling it until you started explaining everything that happened, broke it down for me. This is why I love your insight, man. Sometimes you're out of pocket, even late at night when it's not out of pocket, but that's okay. But that is exactly what we saw from the Miz tonight, is just avenging his friend. And yeah, Mike, you hit a good point too. Like, especially the Miz, his reputation coming in, like, coming in from reality TV, like he was looked at as Hollywood, like just using WWE as a footstool. And he's proven to do everything but that because he's been consistent and he's honed his craft in the ring. Like, really good job. I will say I did get the number of tsunamis wrong. I was predicting 6 and somebody stopped it from being that many.
That's okay. That's okay. The tsunami. Listen, if I could bet on wrestling, the over under on the tsunamis, I'm smashing the over. I'm rich. You wouldn't know it, but there would be signs. I'm just saying. Fanatics, DraftKings, WWE, let me bet on wrestling. That's all I'm gonna say. Make sure you gamble responsible. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Listen, I'm here because I want to talk about one thing and one thing only, ladies and gentlemen. You could see the excitement's boiling within me because he's back. Get the train on the tracks because Braun Strowman is back and he's going to bump me with Bronson Reed. And I need it. I need it to be next Monday now. These two better break the damn ring with a superplex next week. That's what I want. You can keep your Iron Man matches. You can keep your strap matches. Just give me 2 big men with big muscles bumping me.
Dude, I'm not cool with brawn on brawn violence right here. I don't like it at all. I mean, therethere's too many brawns right here. I mean, why not just add Braun Breaker in?
I was going to say, Triple H, if you're listening, get Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Braun Strowman. Let's be real. If this was under the other regime, one of them or all 3 of them would have lost a first name, a last name, or it had a name change. Let's be real.
Facts.
So,
just would have been Breaker.
It would have been Breaker and Bronson Reed. Bronson's the only one who gets to keep his name.
No. Braun Strowman would have kept his name because he's established.
Oh, Breaker, and then Big Reed.
Yeah, it would have been Big Reed, and then it would have been just Breaker, and that would have been what it would have been, and it would have been painful, absolutely painful. We were supposed to get Damian Priest and Dirty Dom. That did not happen. We all knew that was not going to happen. The Judgment Day beat the living hell out of Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. So, to those people on Twitter last week that were like, why do they look so strong? Well, you got your wish. They got their shit kicked in this week.
To be fair, I didn't like how strong Damian looked. I didn't like how strong Damian looked in the beginning of it. He pretty much took out all 4 guy members by himself. He pretty much did.
He was the world champion.
He
was
knew
a former world champion.
When you're gonna jump somebody, throw all 4 people at one time. Okay, that's all I'm saying. It made Judgment Day look kind of weak until they got the upper hand. Because he took out Carlito. He took out JD. And then Finn came out with a chair, messed that up somehow, took out Dom. Liv had to save them. Rhea was there. Like, it was a whole thing. I didn't like how strong he looked taking out the entire group before the group got their upper hand. Because it doesn't make me think that Finn Balor can beat him now. It's like one of those things. Like, Finn looked weak.
I'm going to go back to this comment for Derek because I forgot to show it earlier, but yes, agreed. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this because I personally felt like that was a prime opportunity to introduce Jey Uso into this mix. I know the crowd was chanting for him. The crowd was chanting for him. So like, why not introduce him? Why not?
Why would Jey help Damian though?
I mean, not helping Damian, he's helping Rhea. He wants a mommy on Raw.
He wants that mommy, man.
But then that ties him into Judgment Day when we all know.
I'm just kidding.
We all know.
That's so deep. I'm just kidding.
It's going to be Bloodline. Like,
oh yeah. It's a shame that they're just stalling him out for the Bloodline right now. That is the one thing I will say. Now he did cut a promo tonight with Jackie. I love Jackie, dude. She's been great in her role as like the interviewer. Yeah, he basically just goes on to say he's gonna, Sami Zayn, he's resting at home. Jey Uso, his quest for gold continues, and he's gonna be in the Intercontinental Championship tournament. Triple H, if you're listening, I know you might be on Twitter, you might see this. please, I just need to see the reaction from the internet wrestling community. Please, just do it. Just do it.
No.
Put Jey Uso versus Ilya Dragunov again in the first round because I want to see the people go nuts.
Oh, I thought you were going to say let Jey Uso win. I was like,
No. I want to see Jey Uso and Ilya Dragunov reignite that King of the Ring match just to see the people lose it because I'm a sicko. What can I say?
as long as Jay loses, everything is fine. Jey
God,
Uso.
You're such a hater tonight, bro.
Dude, Jey Uso's a great wrestler. He's a tag team guy. He's always going to be a tag team guy.
Wow.
Dog, come
look,
on.
The way they were
not-
talking about Xavier Woods when they were like, Kofi did this and this and that. And Xavier, well, he's an 11-time tag champion. That's all he got. That's how I feel about Jey Uso. He has no solo accomplishments. He has not done a single thing. Don't say King of the Ring or no, what did he win? The Andre the Giant Battle Memorial thing? That don't count. It don't count.
Okay, hold on.
That's a little awkward.
All right, so I'm going to counter your point here. Okay, truthfully, let's be real here. Jey Uso was able to get over a meme from 10 years ago to become mainstream again with the Yeet. That you got to give credit where credit is due. I don't think a lot of wrestlers can do that.
He's over. Trick Williams got people saying "whoop that trick," and that's from that old Hustle and
Bruh.
Flow movie.
You
know,
got
Ooh. Shawn Michaels was a tag team guy. Oh,
Dude.
with a lot of solo accomplishments.
But you know what? It
was
took
more of a
time.
Marty Jannetty than
It took time, though.
Shawn Michaels.
Oh my goodness.
Look, there's just some guys who are tag team guys.
And
Like
not Jey Uso.
And
Jey Uso got over as a singles guy.
has
that-
nothing to show
he's
for
over.
it. And you know
Yeah,
where
but
this is going? All right,
that's
hear me out.
okay.
Hear me out.
Oh,
I don't know what happened, but let's not forget that Jey Uso literally said before Sammy, I guess, is taking time off or whatever, said, yeah, and then when you're done with that, we're gonna go for the tag team belts. You know what Jey Uso has done since separating with his brother? He won the tag team belts with Cody Rhodes. You know what
For
else
9
he's
days.
done? Nothing else. He's a tag team wrestler at best.
Shit. Dude.
Main event Jey
Dude.
Uso in the tag team division.
You might be opinionated, but they're the wrong opinions.
Everyone is entitled to their opinions here on the Nightcap. This is why we welcome all various viewpoints, and that's why I love to hear everybody's different takes on everything. Everyone has their favorites. Everyone has their least favorites. Let's be real here. You know, not every wrestler is gonna, appeal to you. LOL. We have troll comments tonight coming in. I love it. It's the booking. Yeah, it is the booking. And main event Nate, I'm gonna tell you, it's just because and NitRem, it's just because they're stalling him out for the bloodline. That's the sad reality.
To reunite him
And
with
yes,
his brother?
to reunite him with his brother. Yes, and that falls in line with your point where it's saying he's relying on the tag team. But at the end of the day, I think let me rephrase. I know that he can win singles championship. He can win a singles title. But that singles championship, more than likely, it's not going to come on Raw. It's going to come on SmackDown in the form of the U.S. title down the line. Following the LA Knight title run, following whatever heel dethrones LA Knight for that title, Jey Uso will get that title back. He will be U.S. champ in I want to say 9 months. Let's just say.
Quote
Okay.
him on that. He'll be speed
Quote me on it.
champion before then.
I mean, hey, we got the women's speed tournament coming September 4th. I'm happy about it. I'm happy about it. I think that's great. That's a
That'll be good.
great litmus test to see if
women's
we can
mid-card.
introduce a women's mid-card title. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you. Get out of my head.
As long as there are no main card people on it, like as far as like when I say main card, I mean like the main event woman. I want to see the people like Ivy Nile and all these other females that are just sitting and catering in the back. Let them step up for once.
You know
Bring
who's
back
going,
Indy Hartwell.
you know who's
Or,
going
yeah.
to win though?
Candice LeRae.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be, this might be a hot take. It's going to be Jade Cargill who wins the speed title.
They did show her in a promo thing.
They showed Bailey and Rhea as well. So, kind of process of elimination probably means that one of those three might be in the finals. Give it to Natty. She's deserving of a title. How long has it been she's held the damn title?
She loves to be the first. That's a thing.
Yeah. That's
know?
let her win the speed title. Let her have some solid technical matches with some of these women and showcase it on speed. Let's get into it. Chang asks, can I ask you a question? Why do you discuss a fake sport that is scripted? Well, Chang, I am going to speak for myself. I'm going to tell you, wrestling, in the words of a good friend of mine by the name of Podcast Smitty, wrestling is the ultimate gentleman's sport, and that extends to the women as well. It's the ultimate womanly sport. It's the only sport where two minds have to come together to become one mind in the ring to put on a show for all of the fans in attendance that paid their hard-earned money. It's for the kids who look up to these wrestlers like superheroes. It's for the people who need an escape from their realities that can turn off their brains for an hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours on a Monday through Friday at any given point, at any given time, and turn on pure entertainment and pure athleticism. It may be scripted, but I'll tell you right now, that F word, there is nothing fake about getting put through a table or going off a 12-foot ladder or getting put through a flaming barbed wire death match or whatever, getting thumbtacks put in your body or just simply taking a bump in that ring. It is the ultimate form of sport and entertainment. That's why we watch pro wrestling.
Ditto. Kudos. Oh my goodness. Wow, that was.
If there's one
That was
thing
beautiful.
that I'll always put out there, it is wrestling is the best. I do this for the love of the game. I don't give two flying fucks if I make it. As long as I got my people and I can talk wrestling with them, that's what matters. That's what
100%.
matters. So, anyway, I could definitely see Natty win the women's speed championship. I'm for it. Hell yeah, dude. Give the boat a title. I'm a big boat guy. So boxing, and you really think that someone isn't pulling strings there? Oh yeah, I could get into a whole conspiracy theory about that one. Say it louder for the people in the back. Say it louder for the people in the back. You get a little
You
panic.
know that song too?
Of course I know that song, dude.
Dude.
I listen to everything. Nitram's shaking his head at the Panic at the Disco references.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
Anyway, what I feel should have been the main event here tonight, because I thought it was a solid match, was the Women's Tag Team Championship Triple Threat, which saw the Unholy Union defend the titles against Damage Control and the Pure Fusion Collective. Shout out to the stud line. Shout out to me, Shin. Just saying, putting that one out there. Fellas, thoughts on this match and one hell of a triple threat match, in my personal opinion, but I know the man who makes them say, oh, damn, he's going to make the people say, oh, damn, right now. So let's hear it.
No, I thought it was honestly one of the best matches of the night, in all honesty. The Pure Fusion Collective, the PFC, as they were trying to get over on commentary.
As Matt McAfee said, not to be confused with KFC, and immediately
Oh,
buried that name that.
I'm going to miss him so much. I'm going to miss Pat so much. I realized why I can't get behind them. I realized it. So in commentary, and it's going to go back to the same argument I had with Jey Uso. In commentary, when they came out as a collective, right? They said Zoe Starks has tag team accomplishments in NXT with Io Sky. Then they said Shayna Baszler has tag team accomplishments and is a 2-time NXT champion. And they are led by Sonya Deville. They are led by someone who's done absolutely dog shit. They had no accomplishments for Sonya Deville at all.
Oh, man.
Oh, she has no accomplishments. She is leading a group of people who actually done something in here, and she is literally has not done a solo thing. And it's not her fault. I know, her booking got kind of messed up when the Mandy Rose or Sachs or whatever she's going by now storyline, that break-in and all that crazy stuff that happened. Her biggest accomplishment is being general manager, and I don't even know if that was official. She was just making calls for a while. They never actually said if she was GM or not. But she has no accomplishments to be leading a group. Why do I want her to lead my group? Shayna Baszler should be the leader of that group. That's their problem. They have the wrong leader. Besides that, the champions won. I'm glad the champions are finally doing something, because people are giving them a lot of crap about, well, they only defended one time. chill. Old girl's mom died. Give her some time to mourn and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, her mom died and she wrestled that weekend. Give that girl some
She
time
did.
to mourn. Like,
No,
okay,
yeah, for
I'm
real.
glad she's back on TV. They're amazing. They were ready for this. I'm really glad they're ready for this. I need some damage control to go in a different direction. I'll, let one of them get the speed title. I'll be okay with that.
Yeah,
You know,
I could be okay with that. Kyrie Sane,
yeah, Kyrie, or is Dakota Kai injured again? What's
she's
up with her?
hurt.
Yeah.
6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
6 to 8 weeks.
She
Meniscus.
is.
Damn
Hate-
shame.
Hate to see it on her. She's always pushing stop. Sucks. But Pure Fusion Collective. Yeah. The name and the leader. They got to be changed. That's it.
Wow, dude. You know what's crazy?
Dude.
I didn't even think about that aspect of the accomplishments and like your leader. Basically, it's basically like the going to like a job and like your first day on the job, they make you manager and you haven't done it. You don't even know what the job is. You don't have any like former background on this material. You're just like, I'm the manager now. I'm the captain now. Wow. What a thought right there. Cause I didn't even put that in my mind at all. Not once did I think like, why is Sonya the leader? She just recruited these girls and like, they're like, yeah, sure. We'll go fight people for you. She's a damn good manipulator, if anything. That's her accomplishment. She's a master manipulator. She got two of the let's be real, two badass women, two of the baddest of the asses of the women in the women's division to be her muscle.
Facts.
So
I mean, but look, and don't think I don't like Shayna, because Shayna's great in the ring. I think she's a fabulous wrestler. Yeah, she's really great. I was sitting there and I was like, when they said all that, and they were like, and they're led by Shayna, but I was just like, they were like, they're led by Sonya, and I was just like, why? Why is she the leader? I was so confused, y'all. That was my whole thing.
I get what you're saying. I understand how you got to that point. I would say your logic's a little bit flawed because not every manager has accomplished, what their wrestlers have or aiming to accomplish, right? Like, there's instances like Evolution, Ric Flair. Obviously, Batista and Randy Orton wanted to get to the level that Ric Flair was, to get to the level that Triple H currently was at the time. Like, there's those situations. But tell me what Paul Heyman has ever accomplished in the ring.
Okay,
Tell me what Paul Ellering
I can argue this.
has ever accomplished.
Argue this. I can argue this.
Go for it.
Sonya Deville is not a manager. She's the leader. She's an active wrestler. She wrestled last week. She's not a manager. She's a leader of a group. That's the difference. And to make an argument, even if you were to say that, Sonya has never managed a champion before. Paul Heyman has a bunch under his belt. You know what I'm saying?
Not at the beginning. Not at the beginning, though.
You got Brock. Pretty much jumped right into it. Got the Wild Samoans. They were champions. Paul Heyman goes way back. I'm just saying.
Yeah. You gotta look back, dude.
Managers, you can argue that managers don't have the accomplishments, but if they're managing a lot of people who've accomplished stuff, that matters. She doesn't have either of those as a manager or a wrestler.
I just want you to give it like 6 months, because in that 6 months, Sonya's going to help them win the women's tag team titles. It wasn't tonight, and that's okay.
And it won't be a stat on her record. It would still be a stat on the other two women who already have stats.
Oh, damn.
Damn,
son.
Oh, damn.
You got you to say, oh, damn. That's it. That's his goal. That is his goal at the end of the day, to get you to say, oh, damn. I will say the worst thing that ever happened to the women's tag team division was unifying the NXT women's tag team titles with the WWE women's tag team championships and effectively ending the Unholy Union's first title run, with the NXT, because they were the longest running NXT women's champions. And I'm so happy that Triple H decided to put those titles on them and let them run with this, because they really were the backbone of the NXT women's tag division.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, if you go back and if it's not Ronda, and Shayna, just to have that story with the blow off, so we can get Ronda out and elevate Shayna, they consecutively would have held the titles. I think you'd be at like almost a year, maybe a year and a half title run on the women's tag team championships. I think that would have been the right plan. The Unholy Union, they should hold the titles for till Survivor Series, maybe even the Royal Rumble. Because at this point, it doesn't look like Jade and Bianca are going to get back there because they're going on a side quest. But we'll see kind of what happens because they have a 6-woman tag match on SmackDown Friday with Blair Davenport. So it'll be very interesting. But yeah, the PFC, man, that name got to go because Mike, I'll tell you right now, in 6 months, if they still have this name, I don't know if they're going to be a thing, especially because that name is tough to get by, dude. Pure Fusion Collective. Like,
It
what
sounds
does
like a
that even mean?
sponsor.
Yeah, it's like and this match is sponsored by Pure Fusion Collective for all of your financial needs and diversifying your portfolios or whatever, car insurance. It's I gave it a week. I'll give it another week. Maybe next week I'm like, PFC, I like it. I like it, but we'll see. Main event
UFC. You got the UFC.
There's too many FCs. There's just too much going on. Especially when Pat compares it to KFC, you're cooked. You're cooked before you even got started, dude. Randy Orton versus Ludwig. Excuse me. Hold on a sec. I gotta do it the right way. If we're gonna do it, it's late. Let's do it right. Randy Orton versus Ludwig Kaiser in the main event of Monday Night Raw. And fellas, the only thing I have to say, it felt damn good to see Randy Orton in the main event of Monday Night Raw. It made me feel like this was 2007 to 2009 all over again. I love to see Randy Orton on Raw. In my personal opinion, he should stay on Raw forever. He's a Raw guy. He'll always be a Raw guy in my mind. That's all I got to say on it. Take it away, Prez.
Oh, I would agree. There's certain wrestlers that fit a certain brand. Rey Mysterio will always be SmackDown to me. The Undertaker will always be SmackDown to me. John Cena could go either way, Raw, SmackDown, but Randy Orton was a Raw guy. He was established Raw. He led Raw in his prime, and he had a couple stints on SmackDown that was okay, but yeah, he's a Raw guy. Dude, I feel like this, again, advanced Gunther and Randy Orton. And this is what they needed. They needed to open and close the show with the World Heavyweight Championship picture. I mean, you're afraid they'll take a back seat to the Judgment Day story. You're afraid they'll take a back seat to CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. But this is the World Heavyweight Championship, the one that Seth Rollins held for 316 days to try his best to get over. The one that Damian Priest cashed in on after Drew McIntyre's 5-minute run. And Priest held it this summer, and people were critical of, oh, this isn't a good title run, da-da-da. Well, now Priest is a champion. Gunther is champion. Gunther has elevated every championship he's ever had, whether that be the NXT UK title, whether that be the Intercontinental title, and that historic reign, the longest reigning Intercontinental champion in history. And now he's the World Heavyweight Champion, wrestling one of the most decorated active wrestlers on the roster in Randy Orton. And what you needed to do to go into Bash in Berlin to make this an actual match, because I don't think Cody and Kevin should main event. I'll be honest with you. I don't think Punk and Drew should main event. I don't think Judgment Day's mixed tag should main event. I think Gunther and Randy Orton should main event Bash in Berlin. And after tonight, it makes it plausible. So, good job.
I'm supposed to follow that?
Yeah, wow. Damn. The press cooked for once. What the hell just happened?
What are you talking about?
I needed to see that face. I needed that reaction.
I was sitting here. I was like, all right, how are we gonna follow this? And I was like, oh no, he got this. He got this. All right. No, but I 100% agree with you. The world title should main event. I believe, like, I always thought it would, but I always thought the story was kind of just like being rushed. This, like you said, this set everything up perfectly. And shout out to Ludwig. Like, he's finally breaking out into his own little thing while still being under Gunther. And that's all props to Michael Cole on commentary. Like, really, really embracing it. Like, a lot of people think that he's just Gunther's shadow, but we're here to show you. Like, they were really putting him over. Dude got in the main event. He put himself over earlier in the show, was like, why are you talking to this guy when I'm the main event? Like, really liked it. He really impresses me, to be honest. But he also made a target, and that's Randy's leg at this point, which I'm hoping continues to play into the story.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that that's how Gunther eventually wins this match, would be that leg for Randy to have that third match. Because I agree with y'all. Randy should be on Raw. And I think Randy will eventually get traded to Raw to get one more shot at Gunther. And that's when he dethrones him. Because like I said earlier, I think it's just too soon.
It's going to happen. I agree with you, Niram. Randy's going to win the World Heavyweight Championship because they have to bump his number up by 2 so we can get that Cena or Orton match. There's no way.
That's what I'm saying. And then Cena breaks the record, which, well deserved. That's all cool. As long as the Miz is his last match on December 28th or something like that.
I'm here for it. I'm
all for it. That should be his last match.
I think Gunther
yes.
and Cena. Gunther wins the title back at Mania against Cena. After Cena beats Randy for it, you get the 17. You do it on Netflix, the first Netflix. Gunther wins the Royal Rumble, challenges Cena at WrestleMania. It's set in stone. There's your WrestleMania marquee right there. There's one of them. The rest, we'll have to get there when we get there.
Mm-hmm. Book it, Trips.
Book it. There it is. There's your story, Trips. I gave it to you for free. I'm not even asking for anything. You could maybe slide me a title or maybe like some writing credits, but like I did your jobs for you. I'm just saying.
Bring WWE to Winston. Not asking for much. Bring it to Winston-Salem. It's all I'm asking for.
At least Greensboro.
Yeah, exactly. Come to Arizona a little bit more often, please. Except like once a year. You're killing me, dude. You're killing me.
How about Mike just come to North Carolina?
Right. Dude, Tony.
You're outnumbered 2v1 right now.
Listen, I could get a combo picture with the Dudley Boys and the Hardy Boys for the price of 1, more than likely the price of 4, because I don't know what those WrestleCade prices look like.
And a picture with me.
Well, yeah, that's the most important because obviously
and Tony Storm.
No, I mean mainly Mike. Obviously the Prez.
JBL.
Of course, dude. JBL is a real American icon.
4 sides of the ring. The Zombie
Absolutely.
King.
Haven't met Zombie, haven't met Marcus, haven't met your brother. So
did somebody say real American?
JBL.
I'm a real
banger.
Can we
absolute banger?
It's such a good song.
I talked about it today on Miling Off with Mike because shout out to It's All Amore 716. I didn't know what to talk about this week on this week's episode, so I kind of just rambled for about 50 minutes. So if you haven't watched it, go listen to it. It's a good listen. I'll be real. It's a good listen. I do break down a lot of the storylines that we're seeing, all the major storylines that we talked about here on Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW. But I did talk about some of my favorite theme songs. Real American's definitely up there. I may not like the person, but the theme song, an absolute banger. An absolute banger. Mm-hmm. This has been a rather lengthy nightcap for you all. We held steady. I want to thank all 321 of you. That's a lot of people here tonight on the nightcap viewing us. So while we've got all of you here, before you run away and you go to sleep, let's the people know what's coming down the pipeline. It ran with 4 sides of the ring and 3 count trivia.
Well, 3 count trivia is on season 2. We have open signups right now. We think we only have like 3 or 4 more spots. So fill them in. I make all the quizzes. I make all the games. And, we got great contestants on it. We got Mike's. Y'all both going to be on it. Boom Broadcasting has separate representatives. They're going to be on it. If they make it further than y'all, we're all going to laugh. Let's be honest.
Yeah. I'll laugh at myself. I'm not afraid to laugh at myself.
We got the returning champs, Championship Culture. And I talked to them, I talked to them the other day, and they said, oh, there's new titles coming? Well, now we got to win. Because, last year we had the 1 strap. You've seen it at Mania. We had the 1 strap. No, we said this is a tag team tournament. So, fellas, we made 2. So if you win, you and your partner will both have a matching 3 count trivia title until we run the next tournament.
And then, Mike, if I come to North Carolina, me and you get the picture with the belts together, and we could do like a whole photo shoot and just be like, like a married couple, like the engagement shoot, but we'll do it with the belts. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's if the winners let you guys hold them.
Listen, I know Main Event Nate is still in here, and I know he's the He's the consigliere to the main event mics from the promo battle tournament, but he's also good friends with Two Heads, One Table. So I'd love to see if we can get Two Heads, One Table or some Two Heads, One Table representation in the 3-count trivia tournament. So main event Nate, if you could send a message that way from Mouthing Off with Mike here, from Nitram of 4 Sides of the Ring and the host of 3-count trivia, from the Prez, what's going on? What's on the schedule for Boom Broadcasting this week? And then I'm getting the time here. I'm going to wrap it up.
So yes, we did run a little over, and you know what? That's okay.
Cry me a
Because
river.
if you're watching right now, I want you to drop in the comments that you are still watching the Nightcap past midnight on the East Coast. Because if you guys know, the Nightcap is where we drop some major news, drop some major announcements. And so I want to tell you guys on the Nightcap, since you guys are watching past midnight, I struck a deal earlier this evening between Out of Pocket and Monday Night Raw that we are going to be having a new show on Boom Broadcasting. It will be a live stream, and I want you to keep staying tuned for what it actually is. But once we get the official name, once we get the official logo, and once I get all the paperwork signed and everything, you guys are not going to be disappointed. And of course, Al Pocket is back tomorrow, and I might be having a familiar face on with me.
I wonder who that could be. So you're telling me you struck a deal with Monday Night Raw?
Not Monday Night Raw, but you'll see.
Oh boy. All right, so there you go. There's some breaking news from Boom Broadcasting. Looks like we're going to have a little live stream action during Monday Night Raw taking place, which kind of leaves me wondering if I'm being replaced because
That's not what I said, but okay.
I'm the post-show guy. I feel like I'm getting the good luck on your future endeavors. So before Mike gets a chance to actually send me my walking papers, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned this week because we've got Quick Hits with Shannon Smith dropping this week. We've got Wrestling of Destiny on Saturday morning. We've got the debut of the Lombardi Party hosted by Carson, a new show coming to Boom Broadcasting. You've got Out of Pocket. You've got the Nightcap. And this Saturday after All In, you get the Day Cap. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Mouthing Off with Mike. That's Nitram of 4 Sides of the Ring. That's the president of Boom Broadcasting, Michael Davis. From everyone here, have a good night. Thanks for watching the Nightcap. Bye, guys. Get some sleep. Sweet dreams are made of this.